Welcome to Cat and Jess Talk the Best, where we're going to be talking about IMDb's top 250 movies from April 12th, 2018. My name is Kat.
And I'm Jess.
And today we are talking about number 215, A Wednesday, which is a crime drama mystery film from 2008. This has an 8.2 on 66,663 votes. And it is a Hindi film to come out in India. So it is not in English.
Nope.
But this one's, some of them are hard to keep up when they're talking with the action and everything with the subtitles. This one is all very well paced, I think.
Yeah,
so it's not that bad of a... Some foreign language films are hard to watch. This one was pretty good.
You're like, wait, slow down.
I'm like,
wait, stop. I
need to stop.
I need to pause this for a second.
Yeah.
To figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah. There are a few times when that has happened. So there's not really a lot of information on this movie, so bear with us. The spoiler-free synopsis: a retiring police officer reminisces about the most astounding day of his career, about a case that was never filed but continues to haunt him in his memories. The case of a man and a Wednesday. It's literally the only synopsis I could find.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good synopsis of it. It really is.
It's very vague.
Well, that's...
Like, some of them give a little bit more details. This one's very vague.
The case of a man and a Wednesday. That's called A Wednesday.
Yeah, because it happened on a Wednesday. I was really wondering why, but then with the beginning he goes into it, and I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, oh, okay.
I get it.
I apologize in advance. I am not good with other languages, so apologies. I'm going to try my best. So it was directed by Neeraj Pandey, who also directed films called Special 26, Baby, and M.S. Dahani, The Untold Story. And it stars Anubam Kher, Nasiruddin Shah, and Jimmy Shergill.
That last name wasn't bad.
I know. That one was the easiest one. Apologies if I messed those up, because they're hard. So apologies.
That's okay. So, there wasn't anything on Metacritic for this. There wasn't anything on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Yeah. Same with the income.
Really? There's like nothing.
Find anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So, we'll go on to awards.
Okay.
Did win 4 awards, and it had 11 other nominations. But the awards it won: the Aspara Film Producers Guild Awards. It won Best Actor in Supporting Role for Jimmy Shergill. The awards of International Indian Film Academy. Best Story, Neeraj Pandey. And he also won the same for Best Screenplay. And then Screen Awards in India, it won the Ramnath Gokhna Award, which I'm not sure what that translates out to, but my guess is it's just a special something.
Yes. That makes sense.
Yeah. But those are the awards it won. So, initial thoughts. I was kind of weary to watch this because the only other action really movie in Hindi that we had, the only other Hindi movie we had was Gangs of Wasseypur, and that one was not very good, in my opinion, and it was 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, I was kind of weary, but this, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
It.
There was some bits and pieces that weren't great, like the CGI, but, I mean...
We've noticed with the other films, too, from India, that the CGI is a little bit behind.
Yeah, the CGI is behind what we are used to now.
Yeah.
The CGI is behind what we were used to in 2008, too, so.
That's true. I mean, I did like this movie. The end really saved it for me. It really did. I felt like it was a little slow to get going at some points.
Yeah, it was a little bit slow. It had to introduce a lot of characters.
Yeah.
And movies that do that tend to have issues. Like Justice League, introducing every single character took some time and made people not like it. It's not why I don't like it. But
there's other reasons.
Yeah. But movies that have to introduce a lot of characters right at the beginning are hard to get into.
Yeah, it slows down the pacing.
It does. But this one actually wasn't too bad. Once it got done introducing everyone, it picked up pretty good.
Yeah. That's true.
It's a great story. So, I think that's all.
So, especially that end part. We'll talk about it.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
That was your warning. If you haven't watched the film yet, then stop listening and come back after you've watched it. If you're having a hard time finding it, it is on Netflix. So
It is. There's a lot of Hindi films on Netflix. You just gotta look.
Yep. So, starts out with a man sitting on a ledge by the ocean.
Yeah.
We hear him talking, and he's telling about how he's retiring tomorrow, and he hasn't really had any cases or any incidents that happened except for one that keeps him up at night.
He remembers very clearly.
Exactly what happened. So we see this man, he's kind of walking around, he's got a bag, and he leaves his bag, and it looks like in the middle of like a
It looked like a
train station
train
or
station
something.
or I almost said like airport. It's he leaves this bag at this train station.
And that's already suspicious. You're like, this is the bad guy.
You're like, this is not a good thing to start your film out. It's
Yeah.
Like, okay, so we're just gonna assume this is a bad guy. Okay.
Well, and the fact that I already knew it was a crime drama, I was like, oh, this is the bad guy.
Yeah. And then it goes to was it the Kolba police station, and he's the same dude walking through the police station,
Yeah.
and he's saying he's going to go file a complaint.
Yeah, because he says he lost his wallet. That's what he tells the officer. But he goes to the bathroom before he talks, before or during at some point when he's in the office in
He
the police
goes
station, he
afterwards.
goes and talks to.
It's afterwards, yeah.
Okay. He
Because
goes to the
before he was
bathroom.
going to talk to the officer, there's someone before him.
Yeah, that's
And-
right.
And the guy was telling him how his wife is hitting him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hit him with a cooker.
And the cop thinks it's funny.
Because what the guy told his wife that like her cooking wasn't very good or something.
Yeah. He's like, well, you shouldn't tell your wife that.
You shouldn't tell her that because next time you'll probably be dead.
Yeah, so he was laughing at him.
I was laughing too, actually.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. So, yeah, he goes and leaves another bag in the bathroom. And then we meet the director of the police.
I call him the commish.
Yeah, commissioner director. Which is the same guy who is telling the story, pretty much, because he's retiring. And he's like the police commissioner director person. Next thing is a news report. This is kind of jumpy at the beginning because it's introducing so many different people.
So he's talking with somebody who's a director who keeps getting threatened by someone.
Yeah.
And then it jumps to another person.
Yeah. We meet, we meet like 5 or 6 different people. So we've met the main bad guy, kind of. We've met the director or the commissioner of the police.
Yeah.
We get to meet this news lady. She's like a young, aspiring news woman. She gets all, you know how like you always see the starting off news reporters, they get the really crappy stories and the people that don't know how to respond to the camera and all that. So we meet her. And then we also meet
it's an officer. He's taking his wife to the train station.
I think he's one of the detectives, probably. He has taken his wife. And then there's another detective who's talking to a prisoner.
Comes in. This guy comes in handcuffed and everything.
Yeah.
He's talking and pleading for help.
Yeah. Except for...
The officer punches him in the face.
And that doesn't end well for the prisoner. So then we see the bad guy. I wrote down his name as Bagman for a good portion of my notes because I couldn't figure out.
What did I even put him as? I put old man.
Yeah.
Because he's old. He's older.
Yeah. He was Bagman for a bit, and then I put old guy.
Old guy. I like it. Because they never say his name.
Yeah, they don't ever say his name. Well, because...
They call him the common.
Yeah, the commissioner guy doesn't know who he is. He never found out. He never solved this case. So he's just telling it as it is. But so he's on this roof of an abandoned building or a construction site or something. He's got all his stuff situated, and it looks like he's gonna build another bomb. Because I assumed, being bags placed everywhere, they're bombs.
Yeah.
He calls the commissioner and tells him, yep, he's got 5 bombs around the city. And if he doesn't get what he wants, then he's going to blow them up. Or they're going to blow up at 6 o'clock or something like that.
There's 5 different places they're going to blow up at 6:30.
That's at 6:30.
So then getting smaller.
He hangs up, and then he calls the news lady and tells her pretty much the same thing.
He says go to the Mumbai police station.
Yeah, because he wants her to be the one to do the news report about it. And he tells her that she needs to get there even if she doesn't believe him, because it's going to be something really important.
Yeah.
And so the police are going through the motions of trying to figure out where the bombs are and figure out who this guy is. And so they're getting all situated for, what's it? It's like a task force.
Yeah.
They're getting the task force situated. And they find some names of the phone number that, at least the first phone number, they find out that the guy who is calling and that placed the bombs is using dead people's phone numbers.
Yeah.
He's using, and you see him, like, he's got his little notebook when he's on the roof. He's got his little notebook, and he keeps pulling out different SIM cards. He's got SIM cards from all these dead people.
There's a lot of cards.
Yeah. And we never really learn how he's connected to these people. Because, I mean, we only get the information that the police have.
Yeah.
We get no other information.
Says there's a bomb in the police station.
Yep,
too.
he does tell them that. So they go and they take their police dogs and everything, bomb squad.
They found it in the bathroom.
Yeah, they found it in the bathroom. What I thought was funny is they know the bomb is in the bathroom and the bomb squad's coming in, but they don't put their helmets on.
Yeah.
They're just walking into the bathroom without their helmets on. Like, they've got the full bomb squad suit and they're holding their helmets, and you're just like, what are you doing? The next thing I have is beating prisoner. I don't remember what that was about. Oh, crazy guy.
Psycho Man.
Yeah, he's one of the other cops. I called him crazy guy throughout the movie.
He has a name.
Yeah, I know. I didn't write it down, though.
Arif. A-R-I-F. That's what I wrote down.
I'm going to call him crazy guy.
That's what the subtitles say.
Yeah. I do remember they called his name, but I called him crazy guy.
That works.
Because he's kind of crazy.
He is crazy.
He beats up on a few people. And there's one person that he sees the crazy guy coming and he wets himself.
He tells where this other person is that would know information about the old man or whatever.
Yeah. About who is doing all this.
And because before this, he called to ask for the release of 4 people.
Yes.
And they're all,
terrorists.
Yeah.
They're all big terrorists. So the commissioner goes outside and starts talking to the news lady, because he's like, why are you here? Like, how do you know about this already? And she says, well, this guy told me. Somebody called me and told me.
Yeah, and they find that other guy, and he comes in. Well, he gets his ass kicked by the psycho guy.
Yeah. Crazy.
And he finds out he's the one who gave the explosives to this old-looking clerk guy with glasses.
Yeah. And so they try and get him to...
It says it's delivered to a building.
Yeah. When they try and get him... They bring him in to give a sketch or a description so they can get a sketch artist and get the picture out there. And then the crazy cop goes to the building that the guy said. And they do a good job with this scene. They make it look like the crazy cop found the bomb guy, when in reality it's the wrong place and the cat jumps out.
Yeah. That was good.
That was a good scene. Because I was like, there's no way this movie is over already.
Nah.
When that happened, and then the cat jumped out, and I was like, oh yeah, it's not over. So the police are searching everywhere for the bombs, trying to figure out where they're at.
And then the commissioner's he's gonna have these 4 men moved because they're in 4 different places.
Mm-hmm. So they're getting them all together because the bad guy on the roof says he wants them delivered to this specific place. So that they can... Everyone thinks that he wants the terrorists getting out.
Yeah.
And
we'll keep going. Calls to put him in a van, and they have to take him to runway number 4 at this aviation base at 5 o'clock.
Yep. And all the while they're doing this, the commissioner gets a really tech-savvy guy to come and help track down where the phone calls are coming from.
Yes.
So he's working on that. And so they're on the little bus with the terrorists. 2 of the cops are on the bus with the terrorists. And they're taking them to the station. And one crazy cop guy doesn't want to put... One of them is like worse than the other one because they're all bad terrorists. But 3 of them, they leave at this little bench thing. And they're like, we're not leaving this one. We're taking him with us. And then the other cop, he's like, no, we don't need to do that. And the commissioner's like, do what you need to do. Like, slow him down or something. I don't know. Some of this was a bit confusing.
You're like jumped like way over down. But that's okay. We're good. You're good.
This is what happens when you don't watch a movie for 3 weeks before you record about it.
You're good. We're good. It's the right gist. It's just the movie. We're good stuff. We're good.
But so they do eventually get the sketch, because the next thing I see is because the terrorists are all in transit, and then I see that they get the sketch sent out to all the police, so the police are out looking for him.
Yeah, because he talked to an officer earlier about his wallet, and that's the guy they brought in.
Yeah, they
get
got
the
him
sketch.
to do the sketch. And he calls the terrorists, or calls the cops and wants to talk to the terrorists. Because he wants to make sure that they're all there.
Yeah.
And he talks to each one. Well, I think he talks to 2 or 3 of them.
He puts on a speakerphone, I think.
That's right. He does.
And they all say something, and then he talks to just one of them. For sure.
That's right. Off the speaker. So he tells them that they need to leave the terrorists at the bench.
You only got 10 minutes to do it.
Yep. And that if he leaves the terrorists at the bench, then he will give them the bomb's location.
Yeah.
Like, the location of each of the bombs. So the cops leave 3 of them, but then they take the big bad one.
Yeah. And there's a phone. They're sitting on this bench, and there's a phone ringing underneath it.
And the bench is rigged to blow.
And it blows up.
Yep. This is the bad CGI.
Yeah. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So there's 3 dead bodies, like, blasted all over the place.
Yeah. And then, so the bad guy calls, and he finds out that one of the terrorists is still alive, and he's mad about that.
And he says that he's just trying to... He explains why he's doing everything.
Uh-huh.
This is the good part. Like, this is, like, one of, like, the best monologues I've ever heard.
So he's going on about how these guys have killed so many people, like... And I'm going to get in trouble for killing the 4 of them when they have each probably killed 200 or more. And he just goes on about how we shouldn't keep them locked up. They should be dead. We shouldn't allow them to be able to escape. Like, I proved that they can get away.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going on. And the commissioner is just like, wow.
He's talking about how people react to, like, tragic events and all this. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. And, then...
And then he says, at the very end of all this, he's like, if you kill this one last person, it's like, you kill one.
I won't blow up.
And won't do anything else.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the bombs, but you need to kill this guy. So the terrorist starts pleading his case.
Yeah.
Like, don't kill me. Please don't kill me. And then they shoot him anyway.
Yeah.
And then the good cop shoots crazy cop in the arm.
To make it look like a struggle.
Yeah. And then the ambulance and the news show up at the hangar
and
airport
so does
place.
Our news lady.
Yeah, news lady shows up too. She gets there a little bit ahead of the ambulance and the news people because she was called first.
She was told to go there. Also.
And the hacker guy, he's like, why don't we just let this guy go? Just let him go.
He's like, and he calls, he's like, yeah, there's no bombs.
Yeah, he calls back, didn't plant any. And I had a feeling when he went on his monologue that he didn't plant any bombs.
Yeah, that's what I figured too, actually.
And then he does admit that he didn't plant any bombs. And then you see him leaving while Commissioner's like driving around trying to figure out, because they found his location.
Yeah.
The Commissioner's going, and you see him leaving, and he gets all the way down the stairs, and he's carrying his groceries. And he's just walking through like this empty field next to the building. And Commissioner shows up, and they run into each other and they talk to each other, but the Commissioner doesn't realize that that's the guy. That's the guy who did all of this.
It's like, he either didn't realize it, or he knew, and was just like, just let it be.
Yeah. I have a feeling he knew and just
Let it be.
let it happen.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And that's pretty much the end.
Yeah, this is a very short movie. It's only like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Compared to, you know.
Yeah, most of our other movies
Gets to
are
Gangs,
super long.
which is like 5.5 hours, where PK was what?
PK was 2.5 hours. This one was a pretty short one. It was good, and the beginning was a bit confusing
with everyone getting
introducing everyone, but once you get past that, and once you get to the part where he's calling the cops and talking to them about how the bombs are there, that's when it starts getting really good.
Yeah, and that monologue was like, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, someone said it. Someone finally said it.
I mean, I agree with that guy. And the thing is, this was 11 years ago when this came out,
and it's still going on today.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I don't think we should let terrorists be able to escape and have their own
like you
way
said,
with everything.
Get rid of one person to save many.
Yeah.
I mean,
I believe in the death penalty, but I mean, I know there's people out there that don't.
Yeah, that's true.
To each their own, I suppose.
Exactly.
So, the music for this movie was by Sanjoy Crowdhurry. He got started composing in 1990 on Hamari Shadi. He is also known for Baby, which the director did. He was the composer for that. Jab We Met in 2007. He was a composer for that. M.S. Donnie, The Untold Story in 2016, which is also the same director. Mm-hmm. So it looks like these two work together quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
But yeah, he composed all the music, and the music in this was great. Like,
I liked it.
It was intense when it needed to be, and then it was very mellow or not present at all when you didn't need music. So I think he did a really good job with what he needed to be doing.
Agreed.
As far as I know, there's nothing to compare this to.
There is actually, going to trivia, there's a Hollywood film called A Common Man, which is pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
But this came out afterwards. And they call it the official remake of this film. So it's a remake. And it's
this is a remake?
No, this one right here is.
Oh, A Common Man is a remake of this?
Is the official remake of this film.
Okay.
Yeah, that stars Ben Kingsley and Ben Cross. Then this was the director's first film.
Okay.
And the character of the commissioner was actually based on like a real Mumbai cop.
I did know that.
Rakesh Maria.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm thinking what else. That's about it.
Okay.
And like we said earlier, they never give his name. He just calls the Common Man. That's it. So yeah, there's not much trivia for that, at all.
No, there wasn't a lot of information on this. But it was good. So, where it has been on the list before, the only other time it was on the list was in 2016. It was at number 143. So it has dropped. This is 215. So it's dropped a little ways. As of right now, when we are recording, it is not on the list, but it is on India's top-rated movies at number 53.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. So previously, number 215, the 2010 list, Let the Right One In, from 2008. The 2012 list, To the Truman Show, from 1998. The 2014 list, Before Sunrise, from 1995, which is coming up. We have already seen it because we watched Before Sunset, the sequel. So, we already know how we feel about that movie.
Yeah.
The 2016 list, The Grapes of Wrath, from 1940, which we've watched previously.
Yes.
And as of today, when we are recording, number 215 is Catch Me If You Can, from 2002, which was our movie from last week.
Yep.
So, favorite line. I have a few.
I have a few of them, too.
Why are you so scared of my mom? One of I don't know when that happens, but somebody says it, and I thought it was hilarious.
Moms can be scary, so, I mean...
The guy that the news lady, her little not significant story, she's talking to the guy, and he goes, the government likes to dig. And I just thought that was hilarious, because our government is shut down right now because they want to dig to put in a wall.
Well, technically, it's going to reopen for, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go there.
I just thought that was funny. The government likes to dig. So yeah, they want to dig to build a wall. So they're going to dig to put the posts in. So I thought that was funny. This is going to be the most important day of your life. The common man says that to the news lady. Sir, the psycho has arrived. Someone is going to die. That's why I called him Crazy Cop the whole movie.
I can see why.
Because of that line. Let's see here. Mr. Rathid, we are cowards. Are you happy now? I don't know where that comes from, but I thought it was funny. In whatever context, I thought it was funny. I wrote down 3 or 4 lines from the monologue. Right before the conflict or the monologue thing starts, I just want to remind you, people are very angry. Or no, I think that's in the monologue.
I think so.
We are resilient by force, not by choice. That's
Yep.
in the monologue.
That's one of mine. Thanks.
You're welcome. I feel like a lot of these might be yours here coming up.
Yep.
Takes you 10 years to prove a person guilty.
Nice.
They kill 200 of us, and it's okay. I kill 4 of them, and it's strange. That's all I got.
I got 2 that you didn't say. Live, tolerate, and die like a common man. It's from his monologue also. And then this other one, but none of these motherfuckers decide when I die. It's also from his monologue.
Yeah.
That was a good... God, how long was that? It was
It was good 20 minutes.
It was
almost.
long. It was worth watching it, though, because it was just it gripped you the entire time.
Yeah. Because he's just explaining what all of us feel when something like this happens. He's explaining his fear, his anger, his frustration, everything that you feel when one of these terrorist attacks happens, he's just explaining it, and he's explaining why he's trying to prove his point.
Yeah.
And I think he does a really good job of it.
I think so, too.
So, what do you think? Which one do you think?
I'm good with whatever. I like the we are resilient by force, not by choice.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Let's go with that one.
Yeah.
So, our rating. Yours?
Mine's an 8.
Okay.
I liked how it flowed for the most part, besides, introducing characters.
Yeah.
That slows down pacing a little bit, but that end part was just that completely got me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I gave it an 8. And I can see why it's on the list.
Yeah, I can see why it was on our list too. I gave it a 7 just because some of the makeup towards the end and the CGI at the end really got me. To bring it down a little bit, the introduction, getting into all the characters and everything was a bit confusing, and I didn't see the importance of it. I feel like they could have gone a little bit faster with that and stressed more emphasis on some other things. But yeah, that monologue at the end was just perfect. Like, I have no complaints about that. So, our next film is La La Land from 2016, which is
there's me, Jessica, just going like a yeah,
which is a musical. So that'll be fun.
This is why I'm happy about that.
So we are offering premium. Which if you pay for premium, you get uncut episodes, early release episodes, and a special monthly episode. All of that for $1 a month. For $5 a month, you get all of that. Plus, every 50 movies, you get to pick one movie to join us for. As long as it's a movie we haven't done yet.
Yeah.
So our special monthly episode for February is, we kind of forgot about it a little bit. So we
oh god, I'm gonna hate this so much.
We just went ahead and picked it. So we already did one of my least favorite movies ever. So Jess said
I'll take it this time, and I will do one of my least favorite movies.
And you said Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck. Yes.
So Howard the Duck will be our special monthly episode for February.
It's like the worst birthday present.
I'm sorry. I told you I would take it.
Yeah, that's all right.
Willing to accept it.
Yeah, but that'd be two years in a row. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that'll be our episode for this month. Also, this month we have our superhero event, which my two movies are Avengers: Infinity War and Batman from 1989.
And mine are The Incredibles, the first one.
Yes.
And Iron Man.
Yep. And we will do Iron Man before we do Infinity War, just because it doesn't make sense not to.
Yeah. So. Gotta do an order, because Iron Man was the first one out of the universe.
Yes. So we will do that. We might touch on a little bit of the other ones, but we won't, go into super detail.
God, there's, from Iron Man, this is, the two ends right now.
Yeah. It's two almost. Ant-Man and the Wasp came out after Infinity War, so. It did.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I thought it came before.
Nope. Ant-Man and the Wasp came out in June or something, and Infinity War came out in April. But yeah. So that will be our special monthly episode for February, or for our special event for February, and our special monthly episode for February. Howard the Duck, and then superhero event. So we are still running our contest. If you leave a positive written review, or you will be entered in from 1 out of every 10 that do leave a positive written review, get the chance to come on the show for an episode of their choice. And if you could just leave us any review at all, let us know how we're doing. That would be great.
Let us know if someone's listening.
Yes.
I mean, I know I have some friends I know that listen, but they tell me directly what they think. And so far it's been good.
Well, that's good. As long as we're somewhat entertaining.
A little, yeah, we're entertaining. My friends, he, mentioned, this one, tiny bit of a rant that you went off on.
Oh, of course.
And he just started laughing about it. He's telling me about it. He's like, oh, Kat and her rants. I'm like, yeah, that's the normal thing.
I always go off about something.
It's true. You've been pretty good about it, though, lately.
I have. Well, I'm tired today from working.
So that's why.
30 of the last 2 days. 30 hours in the last 2 days, so I'm kind of tired today.
Yeah, I feel good. So there we go.
Yeah, so we're keeping it short today, but there are rants coming in the future. Probably next week's episode, just to let you know. It's a musical.
I know.
There are rants.
I'll go off on my happy rant. She'll go off on her, irritated rant.
Mine may not even be a rant for next week. It is probably just going to be, oh, hey, this is in this, and I'm going to talk about this for 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
So that'll happen. So yeah. If you want to get in touch with us, feel free. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Yep.
We both have personal Facebooks. If I know you, I'll add you. If I don't, I'm probably not gonna. But Twitter, I do have my own personal Twitter if you want to follow me there.
Yeah, I don't.
Katarina.d.rogers on Twitter. I'm not very active on there. Most of the time it's just me liking pictures. Occasionally I'll share some stuff. That's about it. So our music is by Audio Binger. He is on Facebook, YouTube, and he has a website, audiobinger.net. And I think that's all we've got for this one.
Yep.
So we'll see you next week for La La Land.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.